If you've been feeling tired, stressed, bloated, and really trying to get rid of that belly fat, listen, in this video, I'm going to break down 7 foods that you can start eating today. That way, you can get rid of belly fat and avoid health issues like type 2 diabetes, hypertension, sleep apnea, heart disease, things like that. First thing I want to let y'all know is this: you don't have to starve yourself to get rid of belly fat. Okay? You don't have to do these crazy restrictive diets. You don't have to spend hours in the gym. You don't have to do any of those things. Okay? You have to prioritize your nutrition. And the people in my coaching program who get the best results, who are dropping 40, 50, up to 60 pounds in 6 months, y'all. 6 months. There's people who struggle to drop 20 pounds or 30 pounds for years. My clients who get the best results, they realize and they know that nutrition is the key. Nutrition is by far the easiest way to make that happen. Okay? Because think about it. How long do you have to spend in the gym doing cardio to burn 500 or 600 calories? Probably like 45 minutes to an hour, depending on your work ethic, versus just reducing the amount of calories that you're eating, cutting back on drinking your calories with sodas, drink juice and lemonades and things like that. It's just so much easier, right? And so I'm going to break down what foods you can start eating today that you can start putting inside your diet. That way you can make this process a lot easier for you. Also, that you can improve your quality of life. Because I've noticed a lot of people who have belly fat, visceral fat, the muffin top, not only does it affect their confidence and energy because their clothes just don't fit the way they want them to, but that belly fat is like a symptom of a bigger problem. And this is why people find themselves tired, exhausted, more stressed and irritable, having heart disease and hypertension and type 2 diabetes. It's linked to the visceral fat. Okay. So it's very important that you get rid of it. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right. Now, one more thing. I'm going to give you foods that will definitely help you lean out. But what I see from a lot of folks is this, and it's important that you know this. Most people are just saying, well, if I just eat the right foods, I can lose weight. But we've all seen people who are type 2, well, not type 2 diabetic, but vegetarians and vegans. And we're like, how are these people still overweight? How is that possible? How are these people obese and all they do is eat healthy food? It's because they're not eating the right quantity. It's not just about what we eat, it's also the portions of the foods that we eat. Okay? That's why it's important to know your calorie intake, your protein intake. That way you can really lose weight. That way you can drop body fat. Okay? Otherwise, you'll be eating healthy and find yourself feeling confused and frustrated on why the scale not going down, why your clothes not fitting, and you're doing all this eating healthy, and you're like, dang, what's the point of doing this? If I'm gonna give up the foods I like eating, I'm gonna eat healthy, I still can't lose weight. That's why it's important that you understand your calorie and protein intake. Okay, Andre, what up though? So let's go ahead and dive into the foods. You stick around to the end. I'm gonna also give you 2 other bonus foods that you can eat outside of the 7 that I'm gonna give you. So the first one, avocados. Okay, when I think about avocados, this is one of those foods that a lot of people eat whenever they're going to like Chipotle or Moe's. They're eating like guacamole. All guacamole is just avocados, mashed up avocados, y'all. Okay. And some people that I've seen trainers talk about how this food can be bad, and there is no bad food, guys. They're just poor quality food, and there's also foods that are more dense in calories. So avocados is one of those foods that are it's like a superfood. It's gonna help you regulate your blood sugar. It's gonna help you just like your hormonal side of things as well, guys. Testosterone is a hormone. Okay, ladies, your hormones be all over the place as you get a little as you mature, as we age. I'll say it that way. You want to be able to age with grace. You need healthy fats in your diet, like avocados. Okay, and so, but avocados, with it being a healthy fat, dense in calories, so you can't eat a lot of it. I see a lot of people who eating a lot of healthy fats like avocados, wondering why they're not losing weight. The calories just add up extremely fast. So you have to be mindful with the portions. That's the first food. The second food, one of my favorites, is wild caught sockeye salmon. wild caught sockeye salmon. I know a lot of people will say things like, I don't know, man, that food just so expensive, you know. And it's like we got to eat on a daily basis anyway. And a lot of the type of people I help who are busy professionals, they already understand the importance of not just their image but their energy. Like if you don't have good energy, that's like a symptom of something going on with your health. And so, if you want to have good health, you have to fuel your body properly. Guys are out here buying all these muscle cars and these supercars and these luxury cars, put all the money into these cars and fueling them, making sure they're driving great, but they're not fueling their own body. And they wonder why they're tired all the time. They wonder why they're getting out of these fancy, nice, beautiful cars, but their body don't match the car they're driving. They don't have the energy. They're tired. So they can't really enjoy life the way they really want to. This is why it's so important to prioritize your health. All successful people know, like you can see it on TV shows and movies, and you see these like successful people, they're like running or they're walking or they're doing some type of exercise. They show these little clips of these people exercising. It's a reason why. There's a reason why they're able to perform at a high level. It's a reason why they're not just a busy professional, but they're a high performer because they have the necessary habits to allow them to perform at a high level. And eating the right foods is a necessary part of it. Okay? And so, wild caught sockeye salmon, packed with protein, packed with omega 3s, is not only going to help you regulate your blood sugar, it's going to help you build muscle and burn fat a lot easier. Okay? Super critical. Um, yeah, I see your question. I'm gonna answer it. I'm gonna answer everybody's questions once I finish up with the value, with the information, because I don't want to break up the video. All right, and go off like on tangents. Um, Number three, green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables. A lot of people always hear trainers who say, cut out carbs and it'll be easy to lose weight. But over here, what I tell people, you still have to eat carbs. Like if you want to have energy during your workouts, if you want to be able to like lose weight easily, you need carbs because it's very hard to lose weight if you're starving. It's hard to lose weight if you're tired. It's hard to lose weight if you're stressed and irritable. That's why we need carbs. Green leafy vegetables are carbs, guys. Okay? It's not just rice, potatoes, beans, things like that. Green leafy vegetables are carbs too. And so, whether it be, I in my book called Gut to Abs, I call it the rule of three. My top three, you want to have your top three green vegetables, okay? And the reason why I say this is because you want to simplify your life. The type of people I help, we're extremely busy, always on the go, right? And so we need time for these things. And so it's important. I see somebody that said something is just grabbing my attention. You want to be with their attention, but anyway. Um, but yeah, so here's the thing: you got to make sure that you're eating green vegetables, and the rule of three helps you simplify your life. That way, you're not just thinking about, oh man, what could I be eating today? But you know what you should be eating because you know your go tos, which is your top three. My top three: spinach, asparagus, Brussels sprouts. Those are my top three green leafy vegetables. You want to figure out what your top three are. That way, it's like you don't have to guess. You don't have to be stressed about what are you going to eat because you already know. Okay? These are carbs, but they're carbs that don't have a lot of calories in them. They're carbs that have fiber in them. And so if you're struggling with like bloating, high A1C and glucose levels, you need to be eating vegetables, green leafy vegetables. One of the biggest cheat codes you can use and start to implement into your lifestyle to be able to regulate your blood sugar instead of eating rice, chips, bagels, croissants. These types of foods tend to spike your insulin and your blood glucose levels, and you're wondering why you're tired and irritable and sleepy. You're eating too much calorie heavy, starchy carbs. No good. Okay. So that's number three. Number four is eggs. I know there's some trainers out there who will say things like, well, the fat inside the eggs is bad. It's not, guys. You can eat eggs. Okay. And in fact, the the fat inside the eggs is actually healthy. It's going to help with your heart health. It's going to help with your brain health. It's going to help with your hormones. We need these healthy fats. Okay. Now, if you're somebody who has hypertension, I'm going to talk about another food that you can eat instead of eggs towards the end. It's going to be one of the bonus foods that you can eat. Okay. But nothing wrong with eggs. There's a lot of people who tend to skip breakfast. They skip meals. And research shows the people who skip meals, they find themselves eating even more food in the evening, tired, craving sugar, brain fog, because they don't have like the right foods to eat, but also they're not eating with the right frequency throughout the day with the amount of meals that they eat. Okay, very important. It's not just about weight loss; it's about performance. You want to be able to perform on a daily basis at a high level. You have to eat a certain way, and not just the foods, but the frequency. You got to have the right strategy that supports your lifestyle. Okay, that way you have energy. So that's the fourth one, eggs. The fifth one is berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, kiwis, things like that. Fruits that have seeds in them. Very low in sugar. Okay, very low in calories. High in antioxidants. High in fiber. It's gonna help you lean out a lot faster while also being able to have energy. Okay, and not having like the itis after you get done eating a meal. Like I know a lot of guys when they reach out to me on these game plan calls, then, like after they eat a meal, they feel tired and sluggish. After they get off work, they just want to go home and go to sleep. That's not a busy schedule issue. That's a food issue. We improve the foods that you're eating. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna feel way better, and by default, you're gonna lose weight. Okay, so start eating berries, and then number six, start eating healthy fats. I see a lot of people who tend to eat like trail mix throughout the day. They're snacking on trail mix, snacking on popcorn, they're snacking on chips and crackers, and they wonder why they have a hard time losing weight. These foods are not bad, but they really don't have much nutritional value. Okay. And they can be very dense in calories. And so instead of doing that, you want to eat something like almonds, cashews, or walnuts. Healthy fats help you manage your blood sugar. Folks who have type 2 diabetes now, it's very important that you do this and aware of this. Also helps with your hormones, helps with your heart health, helps with your brain health. All important, guys. Not just about the health of your body, it's about the health of your brain too. Okay. I remember at one point, I used to always kind of like go to Chick-fil-A and eat those Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich biscuits or whatever. And I'd have some, what do you call those? Tater tots. Man, it used to be my go-to. And right after I get done eating it early in the morning, I'd have the itis. 5, 10 minutes later, I want to go to sleep. I need a minute. I need to lay down or just relax for a minute. And I was like, man, I just woke up. Why am I feeling tired? And it wasn't until I made the shift of eating eggs, you know, with some type of vegetables. I would do that sometimes for breakfast, or I'll eat some type of protein, like a protein shake or something like that, with some cashews or some almonds or some walnuts, and all that brain fog went away. No more brain fog. And so, it's more so about the foods that you eat and the amount that you eat that matters most. Okay. Not just eating based on pleasure and eating based on convenience. Like the people who just eat based on pleasure and convenience, they find themselves gaining a lot of weight. They find themselves having health issues, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, heart disease. That's why it's important that you eat based on value. Start asking yourself, are the foods that I'm eating stealing value away from me or giving me value? Big shift. I hope y'all get that one because that's one of the biggest shifts that a lot of my coaching clients tell me they have inside the program, and they go on to drop 40, 50, 60 plus pounds. All right. Um, the last one, number seven, sweet potatoes. This is what we call a slow digesting carb. Okay. It has more nutritional value in it. So it's going to help you feel full for longer, help you feel satisfied after you get done eating meals. It's going to help you perform at a high level inside the gym. And it's a carb though. Okay. You do want to have proteins and healthy fats, but sweet potatoes is one of those carbs. It's like a superfood. It's going to help you feel just more. It's going to help you perform at a higher level. Even if you're at home, you have a air fryer, chop up a sweet potato and make it into some sweet potato fries. Eat it with some steak, eat it with some chicken, eat it with some ground turkey, and then throw some vegetables on the side. I'm telling you, this is a cheat code. Okay. And then there's two bonus foods I want to give you. For all my folks that have high blood pressure, hypertension that I was talking about earlier, um, instead of eating eggs, because in some cases, if your diet has too much fat in it, even if it's healthy fat, you can find yourself having a hard time with hypertension. Okay, and so instead of doing eggs, do egg whites, packed with protein. Okay, no fats in there. Do egg whites instead. Do scrambled eggs whites. Throw some salt on there. Throw some pepper on there. And I'm telling you, it's gonna taste good. It'll taste amazing. That's the first one. It's gonna help you build muscle, burn fat. And the second bonus food is protein yogurt. Most folks who are really busy, they tend to snack throughout the day. I get people all the time jumping these game plan calls with me, and when I'm asking them what they're eating, they're like chips, crackers, cookies, bagels, donuts or a slice of pizza, whatever is brought into the job at that day. And I'm telling you, this is why those people keep on gaining more and more weight. You know, it's like they're just being nibbled on by piranhas versus just getting swallowed whole by jaws. And so it's like they're not just slamming the food all in one big meal, but over the course of those little small meals, those little small snacks throughout the day, this is what's causing them to have type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure and hypertension, the stomach getting bigger, they're feeling bloated. Okay. And so instead of snacking on foods like that, snack on protein foods like Greek yogurt or high protein yogurt. Okay. It's going to help with building muscle, burning fat, but also your gut health and managing your blood sugar. Critical. Critical. All right. But these are the foods. In total, I gave you 9. If you start implementing these into your diet, 100% you're going to start feeling better. Okay. And if you have your portions dialed in, like your calorie intake and your protein intake, you're going to start leaning out on a weekly basis. Period. No question about it. Okay. Manthan, what's going on? And so doing this, I'm telling you, this is how you get to that next level. This is how you excel in your career, in your personal life, and with your health. All right. I know we had a couple of people who commented. Let me see, just make sure it ain't nothing crazy. Off topic, I'm in the gym heavily 5 to 6 days out the week, and my heart still hurt from a breakup. I keep pushing, man. You got to keep pushing. You got to shift your focus. Wherever our attention goes, wherever our focus goes, that's what grows. And so you got to focus on other things outside of that breakup. I've been there. I've been through tough times with breakups, and to be totally transparent, the gym was my best friend when I went through these tough, rough patches in my life. You want to be famous, but there are 10 followers in the broadcast. Hey man, people are crazy. What's up, Jay? All right, cool. All right, y'all, we out of here. If you would like some help from me, you ready to drop your next 30, 40, 50 plus pounds, and you want me to give you a step by step game plan that's tailored to you. You want me to help you remove the guesswork. That way, you don't have to think. All you have to do is execute. Okay. If that's you, if you're the type of person that values professional help, that values being able to get results faster without having to think about it, hit the link down below in the description, and you'll be able to explore the details. All right. I should just notice that your books. Oh yeah, 100%. Everything is done intentionally around here. All right. Uh, Andre, Coach J for the notes. Oh yeah, for sure. Glad y'all been rocking with your boy, man. I know I do these in the middle of the day, and I believe a lot of people are normally at work around this time, but I probably end up starting to do some lives in the evening time where we have a little bit more people on. That way, I may do like some Q and A's with some of you guys, like whenever y'all have questions, and it's not just like I just come on just boom give y'all a topic and I'm out. But I do try to just be 10, no more than like 15, 20 minutes on these videos. But I may start going a little bit longer and that's answering questions if you guys have questions too. All right, we out of here. Let's get it.